addicted. One word, one label, and you could be ruined.
To have an addiction is to be passionate, obsessed, and craving. However, to be an addict is to be passionate, obsessed, and craving.
All the wrong things.
So where is the line drawn? Is it the difference in the powder, whether it's cocaine or coffee?
Why are some forced to give up their addiction, while others are socially accepted for their addiction? Jokes are made in a way that gives them authority to continue without feeling pressured or fear of being ostracized.
However, what I really want to know is how is the line drawn between what is right and wrong, which is socially acceptable and which is not? Is this decided by the people who are under these laws? Who choose that they can smoke cigarettes and gamble but not smoke weed? Or instead, are these rules placed upon the commoners by the government, the law enforcers? If so, why are so many addictive things still legal while others are not?
Is this perhaps merely down to their ability to control the public? Prevent certain outbreaks from occurring. As if they feared that if the people had the right to choose a certain thing, they would have too much free will.
Or is it because those who create our laws understand where they're able to make their money and where they can't? Perhaps these governments see how addictions can form an unbreakable bond between man and substance.
Where you become chained to your addiction, like a prisoner in a cell, unable or unwilling to escape.
If this is the case, are the laws created to protect us? Protect those who are susceptible to forming addictions and slowly losing themselves?
Even at my age, I've seen enough of the world to see where the addictions lie.
They're in my mother's morning coffee, in which she cannot get through the day without.
My friends at such young ages are beginning to develop an interest in drinking. The slow burn of whiskey at the back of their throats is urging them to have another one.
So what does an addiction grant? An escape from the real world? The help it provides you to get you through the day? Is this the world we created for ourselves, where we are unable to function, to cope with our everyday lives and the reality that it brings, without pumping ourselves full of substances, without repeating a behavior in which we find our root out?
If this is the world that we live in, why did we create it in the first place? Surely it should be life that's the high end, not the addiction that's bringing us down.
Going to school for an education, like the moment you hit euphoria.
Is this what we created, or was this something that's been enforced upon us? In the news, you hear rates of teenagers getting into drinking and drugs at earlier ages. The economy is so bad, the gambling shops are popping up every day. Just to give us some hope that we get some more money for a better living. Is this the product of our society? Or is it the effect that the society is having on us? I've seen governments pushing back,
Telling us that if we smoke weed, we will become nothing more than a vegetable, waking up, getting up and doing nothing productive towards society. Crashing down our families around us because we are too blinded by what we are feeling in that moment, the need to repeat. Instead of opening our eyes and seeing the beauty that was once where the destruction we have caused lays. Although, is alcohol not similar to weed?
in the way that we've become entirely dependent. Never leaving the house unless you want to go buy more, because you run out of your monthly supply in a matter of days. Either way, no matter what addiction you choose here, you run a risk of becoming a social recluse because you're not able to contribute to the world around you, trapped in your own heaven that you created for yourself.
So where does this line that divides the two lie? Where does the line so strong between what is wrong and what is right come in? Because I am sure that people, given the choice, would either make both illegal or legal. For the gap between them does not seem as far as it is in the eyes of our leaders.
People have an addiction to almost anything.
Games, coffee, television, cigarettes, drugs, food, walking, or even learning.
For every behavior that we engage in, there's potential for both positive and negative outcomes.
Whether your addiction makes you a better person or helps you to succeed in your work, or you could gain so much weight that you're no longer able to walk or do anything without another's help. Or you could become so engrossed in your game that you don't want to go out or do anything. So if we're all addicted to something, why are we the addicts?